Well, that's not an incoherent language. Hello, I'm Justin the Canadian Tuxedo. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about 5 artists that I think you should know. We live in a unique time in that there's never been so much music so accessible to so many people. Before, if you didn't have a record deal, there really wasn't a way for you to reach a global audience. This has created a multi-tiered industry that's very unpredictable, so much so that it seems that major labels don't really know how to nurture careers or have invested interest in cultivating new talent. Instead, they're heavily investing into back catalogs that already have proven success. There's an interesting saying that it takes 10 years to become an overnight success. Today, I'd like to talk about 5 acts that are incredible, but aren't necessarily household names. Now, if you're anything like me, I'm always looking for my new favorite band, the artist whose music is going to change my life. I'd like to try to share some artists that maybe will scratch that itch for you. Out of the UK, we have Lauran Hibberd. She's an indie slacker rock artist. Her influences include Weezer, Phoebe Bridgers, and Courtney Barnett. Her music mixes elements of pop punk, 60s girl groups, Britpop, and the aforementioned slacker rock. Her songs are infectiously catchy while being sincerely relatable. She has an explosive and energetic stage presence both in performance and visual style. She has a unique connection with her audience through social media, sharing funny bits, dog pics, sometimes even bowel movements. Lauran Hibberd is 100% authentic, and I think that is awesome. Her latest EP, Goober, was released in 2021 and is filled to the brim with hooky songs that could be the soundtrack to a modern John Hughes film. She recently inked a deal with Virgin Records and is currently working on her debut record that I'm anxiously waiting to hear. Next, I'd like to talk about Jeff Rosenstock. From Long Island, this guy's a DIY renaissance man. He's played in bands like the Arrogant Sons of Bitches, Bomb the Music Industry, Cujo, Antarctigo Vespucci. He continues to release incredible records as a solo artist while producing other people's records. He started his own record label, Quote Unquote Records. He distributes his music through labels like Polyvinyl and Side One Dummy, while same day releasing his records on his own label and on his website for pay what you want. His style is a cocktail of punk, pop, ska, hardcore, and power pop. His music is an explosive wall of sound with loud blown-out guitars,
pounding drums,
synths, piano, and big orchestral flourishes. He creates powerful songs with deep lyrics that are delivered with irreverence and conviction.
Always getting high when no one is around. Nothing makes me feel anything's worthwhile. Nothing makes me happy. I'm like a shitty child. Nothing makes me laugh. Nothing makes me smile when I play.
I'd probably say my favorite record of his is his 2016 album, Worry. The back half of this record is just one piece, jumping from ska to hardcore to pop and punk all in one piece. It's incredible. From New York, we have the filthy little rat himself, Des Rocs.
You're so manufactured, overrated. When you come, I bet you fake it. Love you choke on every word that leaves your throat.
This guy was made to be an icon. He has a sound and style that's fresh and inventive and very hard to pin down to one genre. With influences ranging from Roy Orbison, Queen, to Muse, and Kanye West, you never know what he's going to do next, but you can guarantee that it's going to be interesting. His visual style takes elements from film noir, Scorsese, with the eccentricity of Tarantino. His songs are infectious, hard-hitting, dramatic explosions that will leave you gutted, begging for more.
Please, sir, I want some more.
His diverse sound has elements of blues, punk, hip-hop, and rock. He's got insane streaming numbers and has only been growing his fan base with each release. So far he's released 3 EPs and recently his self-produced debut album, A Real Good Person in a Real Bad Place. He has opened for bands like Muse and the Rolling Stones. He's constantly engaging with his audience through social media and never seems to stop working on crafting new music. Like, this guy is always on. He's currently working on a new album, and I don't think it'll be long before he blows up. From NYC, we go to New Jersey.
Then would you put your black dress on and visit my bones and bring my football top and a scarf for the cold, playing melancholy songs that somehow made us feel a whole lot better.
Brian Fallon is probably best known for being the lead singer of the Gaslight Anthem. The band very recently reformed, and I'm really excited about it. If you're not familiar with the Gaslight Anthem, well, that's gonna have to be the topic of another video, I think. Since the band took a break in 2015, Brian Fallon has released 4 incredible studio albums, with his influences ranging from The Replacements to Tom Petty to The National to fellow New Jersey native Bruce Springsteen. His songs have an earnest sincerity that can tug on your heartstrings in ways that few others can.
When it's over, we do the leaving, we do the crying, we do the healing, and they say it's 21 days till I don't miss you.
His solo work has been a blend of folk, country, and rock and roll Americana. His voice is like a well-worn denim jacket, see what I did there? Delivering songs that have the poetic mysticism of the singer-songwriters of the 1970s. Now, it has just been announced that the Gaslight Anthem have reformed, so there probably won't be another solo record anytime soon, but I'm totally okay with that if we get another Gaslight album. His solo work is incredible and should not be slept on. He is way too underrated. On a side note, I thought I'd also share a really funny story about Brian Fallon. A few years back, he was promoting his second record, and there was a contest to see Brian in front of a small audience in Toronto of maybe 100 people. And so I entered, and at the time I just recently started a new job, and I won. I don't win anything, but I actually won, which was crazy. So I was going to bring my girlfriend with me, and then I ended up having to do training at work, and there was no way I was going to be able to make it to the show. So we didn't go. That was 4 years ago, and I still never hear the end of it. And believe me, I kick my own ass about it.
I'm kicking my ass, do you mind?
Lastly, I'd like to talk about Slaughter Beach Dog.
She asked me what I wanted, as if one ever really knew, and I said, no domestication, free from pressure to pursue another love, another touch, another tired conversation, and then she shut her novel sharply and proposed a new location, and at once, I obliged.
The band started as a side project for Jake Ewald of the pop-punk band Modern Baseball. If you're not familiar with Modern Baseball, well, that'll also have to be the topic of another video. Over the last few years, Slaughter Beach Dog has blossomed into a project worthy of its own success. The band's sound has elements of Lou Reed, The Weaker Thans, Nick Cave, amongst many others. There's elements of indie folk, rock, emo, punk. Jake Ewald writes songs that conjure up little movies in your head, kind of like a collection of old Polaroids. His lyrics have a uniquely narrative quality to them while being delivered in a relatable talk singing style.
Love in the United States, empathy makes me a modern lady. American kids swing the American way. What do you learn from your lover?
Over the course of 2 EPs and 4 studio albums, the band has evolved and really come into its own. The latest album, At the Moon Base, is filled with colorful production and masterful songwriting. This is music that you can get swept up and lost in. For those contemplative moments, Slaughter Beach Dog is a comfortable place that I like to visit from time and time again. I'm hoping with this video I can connect somebody to a new band that maybe they just never had a chance to hear yet. Maybe it'll be their next favorite artist. Who knows? Thanks for watching. If you like what you're seeing, like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments bands that maybe you think that I should know or what I should check out. Stay weird, my friends, and I'll catch you on the B-side.